Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, HAITIANS, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse from the top. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. Verse 2, Then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So, so first things first, the topic of today's lesson is going to be, about just reporting in on the updates of the Neuralink, all right, as well as the eventuality of the MOTB or the CHIP, whichever. Anyway, the thing is, these are major, big steps, major steps that take that are leading us to closer and closer to the end, to our deliverance. And we, being in this truth, we need to be, as the scriptures say in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, it says, measure thou the time diligently. Okay, this is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be we're all supposed to be the watchmen. We're all supposed to be aware of what's going on. We're all supposed to be alert and staying on top. So as a result, yes, I have to, even though many other brothers have made lessons about this, I think day or two, like multiple days in a row ago, and I have to do the same thing as well as Elder Manakazakba said. We all gotta do, because you never know who is listening to you but is not listening to another brother. So and that was excellently said, because I was thinking, I don't even need to do it myself. If I didn't already do it, I don't remember I'm pretty sure I didn't do it yet. So I need to do it, as well as push out the fact that, all of these signs that's going on in the world right now, this is the stuff that we're supposed to be paying attention to. This is the thing that makes us rejoice and happy to know that we're just that much closer to the end. And let me also get this. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, so for these people that are in the world and are not in this truth, all right, as well as, well, not even necessarily just the people that are not in this truth, but for the people that think that Babylon's going to continue to thrive for years and years to come, they're going to think that everything's all fine, and then they're going to be by the destruction that's going to come swiftly. It's going to come like as a thief in the night. Let's actually get that. First Thessalonians chapter 5, actually, wow, that's crazy. I'm not going to lie. First Thessalonians chapter 5, he's moving back one verse, verse 2, For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, so the Lord is going to come, or Yahawashi is going to return as a thief in the night when we least expect it, if we're not paying attention to all the signs. While we don't know exactly this, which actually let us get that quickly. Matthew chapter 24, verse 36, But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Only YAHAWAH, the Most High Yahweh, knows the exact day and the exact hour of when, Babylon's going to be destroyed and Yahawashi is going to be sent down, and we're done with this wicked kingdom. All right, this is the only Yahawashi, not even Yahawashi knows, and he's the one that's getting sent down. All right, so basically, the thing that I'm kind of reporting on today is on January 30th, the first human has received Elon Musk Neuralink. Oh, that was very close. The YAHAWAH for stopping me. BI, all right. BI, yeah. All right. So the first human has received it, but before, I'd done videos talking about how he had put it in a monkey. He worked, and I also even did a video where this one girl, what was it? Streamer beats Elden Ring with mine. Where is it? Yeah, this girl was playing Elden Ring with her mind. It's kind of similar to the game that the
Has science?
Kind of similar to how there was a monkey that was playing a game with his mind, but he thought he was playing it with some lever and a blow thing or whatever. And the comparison obviously is she's obviously not a monkey, and she's aware that it's her brain that's making use and playing the game. So let's just take a quick look.
To control her character in Elden Ring.
No controller. Even no foot pad, no dance pad or anything. Focusing in. And that's it. That's all it does. It's really cool. Heal. Attack. And again. Heal.
Okay, and also I also want to point out that because I don't think I've pointed it out before, but Elden Ring is actually a pretty hard game, and the fact that she didn't rely on what I would say a more reliable controller, quote unquote, of the traditional controller, but her using her mind, I think that says a lot about the technology and how advanced it is. Now, if she's able to do that, which I will say at the same time, to kind of it down, she was using magic. She was using magic, which it seemed a lot easier to do. In addition to the fact that she was using magic to send projectiles to the boss, she also had these wolf things that were also helping her out, also a product of her magic. So she wasn't using too much technical skill. So I will at the very least give that context I will present that as context into that it's not as complex as I thought, but at the same time it's still a big deal that she is able to play the game without a traditional able to play with her mind. All right, so this is and this is and that I don't remember when was this. This was a year ago. All right, so now where we're at now, we're at a year later. Okay, and Elon Musk has some more advanced thing where he's not stopping at video games, but he's stopping at computer, your phone, your whatever, any type of electronic device. I forgot what it was, but I do remember it was computer and phone. He said it basically removes the need of you needing to do all this stuff, and also I as I mentioned, also gives back motor functions to the paralyzed, the people who lost the ability to use their arms and legs and their limbs. So I really wish I could see the thing, but moving on. As a result of this, again, like we're taking all the stuff and we're being made aware, we're understanding and seeing all this stuff, and while all this is happening, we even though we're rejoicing and even though we're happy that these things are being implemented, okay, that doesn't mean that we're gonna take part in all of it. All right, it just means that for us, as we see it, that is getting that it's just that much closer to the end. And let's get into that. Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am HaMashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So all the stuff that's going on, that's going on, we should be rejoicing. We should be happy to hear about it, because that means that we're just that much closer to the end. We're just that much closer to Babylon being destroyed. We're that much closer to not having to work these terrible, miserable jobs, having to work hard just to barely get. It's like working our asses off just to barely get by. All right. Well, and also, the fact that the wars that's going on, is definitely a nice indicator, and something that we take it and we assume, okay, as all the stuff that's going on, okay. In addition to that, I think there was another plague that was about to pop off. I don't remember. I forgot what it is. I think I did a video on it, but I don't remember exactly what it was called or what they were referencing it as. But there was another incoming plague that I heard of, or pestilence, Slakia. And then the famine has been in the works for the longest time. They were saying that they burnt down food storages or something like that, but I don't know if I should say that's Slakia. I'll read this, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so this is the new societal. This is going to be the new societal norm. The same way that the masks were a societal norm. Everyone just thought, okay, yeah, it's normal. We all have to have it on when we go in this. We have to do this. Like, everyone has to do it, and most of the people, not everyone, most of the people just accepted that. There were a lot of people that did not want to accept it, rightfully so, because they were, for the most part, aware that there is something going on, I guess, if you want to say it like that. And the sad part about that is that even though there was some awareness in that, it still was mandatory, and there was people that took part in it. And the result of that was the fact that now people are more likely, not necessarily the people that originally opposed it like us, but the masses of people, I want to kind of say liberals, I guess, which I'm not saying that we're conservative, but I'm just saying primarily the liberals that are more likely to fall for any type of stuff. They are going to be more likely to take anything or believe anything that the government says. So if the government says to jump off a bridge, they're going to say how they're going to do it. Like that was basically the setup with the mask. All right, which is going to lead into the CHIP. All right, the BIC. Let me get this first. Okay, so Luke chapter 12, verse 45. But and if that servant say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink and be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. So this is the thing that is looking forward to. This is the thing that the wicked the wicked 2/3, the Jakes that gave up waiting on the Lord YAHAWAH YAHAWASHI to deliver us, and wanted to just take part and do it big in Babylon society. And as a matter of fact, I had a conversation with this one Edomite man, or at least I'm pretty sure he was an Edomite. Most likely he was an Edomite. I had a conversation with him, all right, and basically he was saying that, you know what, like all these basically I forgot how the conversation went for the most part, because like I wasn't really listening, I didn't really care, but the one of the things that I did him saying was that, you know, all these young adults, okay, especially his he said my as in his grandson, I believe it was grandson, or it's like a granddaughter. They're in college right now, and he's saying that, you know, that college degree isn't gonna really help her out much, because it's just like she's in a position. The world is just getting that much closer to the end. All right. So I thought that was pretty funny that even he's able to, you know, kind of acknowledge that we're just that much closer to the end. But, you know, a lot of times, especially with the whole 2012 thing, when people were thinking that the Mayan calendars ended, don't go past, what's it called? So they thought that the world was going to end in 2012 or something like that. Better. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Okay, so better is the end of the thing, and you know what? It's going to be a lot better when Babylon is going to be end. Babylon's going to be a lot better when it's the end. And I think we can all agree on that, if you're in this truth. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13. Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, well, actually, you know what? First, let me start with this. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh? So first off, you know, I will say that for me personally, all right, you know, there have been some trials and tribulations and hardships that I've had to endure lately for the past few months, and in addition to that, I also know of other brothers and sisters that have been going through stuff. So this is, I pray to the Spirit and power of Yahawadah that these are the you know, the lasting hardships, the lasting trials that we have to go through before the end. And then after that, it'll be smooth sailing, which, let's get that in Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. All right. And also, let me also get this, because it's also important and it also ties in. Now, Luke chapter 12, verse 16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain man, Luke chapter 12, verse 16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But Yahweh said unto him, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So there was a rich man who said, you know what, let me set up a whole bunch of stuff so that I can, you know, relax and be merry and all that stuff like that. All right, because I'm rich, I can afford to do it, and I can do it. And he went and did it. But then Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi said, immediately after he was done setting it all up, the Lord said, "Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee." So as soon as he, set up a whole barn, a whole lifetime's supply of food and riches and whatnot, the Lord was like, "Okay, as soon as you're done, time that you have to return to the spirit world. You have to return to Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi." Okay, now he was put. Okay, yeah, he was deleted. All right, as a result. Okay, so that applies to the Slakia. What's the word? The upcoming. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That also applies to the upcoming up and coming war, and then the draft. I don't know if I'm pretty sure. Yes, there's going to be a draft. There's definitely going to be a draft. So with the draft, but the thing that I highly doubt. The thing that they're not going to do with the draft is they're not going to have I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not going to say with absolute certainty, but for the most part, our understanding is that either they're going to only have men in the draft, or if they do have women in the draft, a lot of the women are just going to probably not even going to be capable of joining in, because I did do a lesson on this before, where I didn't do a lesson on it, but I did briefly mention it that military troops do better when there's just no women. So I'm not sure if they're still going to implement that, or if they're going to try to implement women anyway, and then as a result, it's just those women are just going to be, a detriment to the military. Whatever. The main point is that when the war happens, when the draft comes, okay, all the men, or it's primarily going to be men that are going to be, deleted as a result of it, and as a result, we also had the understanding of let's get that right. Second Ezra chapter 16 verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. All right, so most of the men are gonna be gone, and it's primarily gonna be the men of the Lord. Which, in addition to that, let's also get this. Isaiah chapter 13 verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, so this is how the thing's going to be. These women are going to need men, or going to want a man in their time of trouble when all hell breaks loose. Okay, and the men that's going to be so precious is the men. The reason why the men are going to be so precious, because it's going to be the men that's going to be protecting them. All right, but if most of the men are dead, especially the men that they currently rely on now for protection, if they're not like an independent, we can't even say a so-called independent black woman. It's all these women that are in Babylon today, okay, that are independent and feminists. All right, so all these women are not going to have any men, and they're going to seek a man, but they're primarily going to be seeking a man of the Lord. All right, a man of the Lord for protection, because let's actually get that. 4, Isaiah chapter 4 from the top. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Okay, so they're going to be asking to marry the men of the Lord in order to be able to avoid the judgment from Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. All right, but also At the same time, us men of the Lord, we also need to acknowledge that we can't be just, marrying them just because they asked or anything like that. All right, like we really have to understand, like, are they even? Is it really going to even be worth it, or should we, kind of avoid it? All right, like, are they going to be a detriment? Are they going to be a problem? Yes, we might feel sorry for them. I probably won't, depending. It depends, honestly. Sometimes I sometimes do have moments, but that's only those. I would say it's like a rule. I would say it's like a roulette, but sometimes the Lord makes me, more merciful than normal, and sometimes I can most definitely, not care. But outside of that, that's basically it. We need to be looking out for all these signs and all this is good news for us. We see all the things that's actively going on top of each other. Neuralink is working on their stuff. They're breaking into the human stuff, the human applications. Now, Russia, Ukraine, China's armed, North Korea's armed, freaking, and what's it called? Hamas are at war. All right, there's all this stuff that's going on, and we shouldn't be afraid of it. We should be rejoicing because we know that we're just that much closer to the end. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, RICANS, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, above the ball and shalom.